address first and see if that
if it goes live.
puts us to YouTube as well, or if we have to.
Hmm.
Seeing anything anywhere?
I'm gonna refresh real quick. So I'm refreshing LinkedIn. Nothing yet. Let's refresh YouTube. And nothing on YouTube.
Yeah, like I say, worst case, we can cancel this and I can go direct to YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, there it's on LinkedIn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and it looks like it's on YouTube.
Cool.
Might actually be working, Gabe.
What? How about it? There, I can check off that box that I learned something new today.
Yeah, Randy's here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it on YouTube. Let's or on LinkedIn. Let me see. Join. Hmm. I'll take your word for it and just follow along.
Well, it's a little
Oh, multi-stream. Three people watching. Look at the, oh, okay, there it is.
it's magic.
I gotta put it on mute or else the feedback is gonna just drive me up the wall.
Yeah. Well, we sent everybody to YouTube, so I'm not sure if anybody will be tuning in on LinkedIn or not, but
That's cool. I'm gonna turn off LinkedIn and just stick with the YouTube stream. Let's do that. Oh, five people streaming. Let's see who is all here. Who figured this out?
Jonathan's here, Randy's here.
Hey, there you go. What's up, Jonathan? Looking forward to the brewery tomorrow. That'll be fun. I want to see if where's the comment section in here? That's gonna be solid. Oh, there it is. Yeah, howdy, friends. See you, Jonathan. Randy is here. RSM 307 Studios.
Yeah. Did you see
What
that
up, friend?
video?
I did. I
Oh my
did.
God.
High production, high production content. Randy had said that you had spent hundreds of hours editing that. There was definitely significant editing on that video. So I believe you.
Yeah. That was crazy. Crazy, crazy.
Hmm. Good times. Well, happy Friday, everybody. This is really cool.
Let me Bill is trying to watch on YouTube and he doesn't see anything on LinkedIn, so I'm just gonna send him a
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's broadcasting to LinkedIn, which is cool. It's the least live LinkedIn live that you'll attend.
it I it is it seems to be going, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely streaming on YouTube, which is where we were directing everybody anyway. So
Awesome.
all right, well, what are we gonna chat about
Oh
today?
man, we have Safety Connect 2024 coming up in less than 2 weeks. You nervous
Yeah,
yet?
it's it's at that scare. I'm just gonna click here, see if Bill would, yeah, that Bill would get to the right place if he
Yeah,
follows.
it's like week and a half here.
Yeah, Bill, let us know in the chat if you found us.
Yeah, Jonathan said that if you logged in, you've got to refresh YouTube and then the feed will come up. That's actually what I had to do in setting this up.
Um,
And yes, Scott and I are in matching shirts.
Well, Vicky says he's here too.
Sweet. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome.
Um, I feel it's probably the same for Joe Rogan, right? Where you absolutely know everybody on the stream that's watching.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, same thing. Yeah, nobody else can see it, but there's actually 500 or 600 people on this stream.
Yeah, 500,000 or 600,000, I think.
600,000. That's right. Sorry, I misplaced those zeros.
Oh, Jonathan's wearing the shirt tomorrow. I thought,
Yeah, I online is fine to wear the same shirt, but Jonathan, I don't think I'll be wearing the same shirt tomorrow. It's just gonna look weird. Both of us over there hanging out wearing the same shirt.
yeah. So obviously, thanks for joining today, Gabe, and thanks for our safety connectors for tuning in. And we were gonna do. I think you were already talking about it, but I was sending messages. We were just going to chat a little bit about what to expect at Safety Connect this year, right?
Yeah, it's it feels like, since it first started in 2020, it's iterated, it has changed, and I would not expect anything less considering you guys continue to innovate over at Safepedia. And of course, the audience has changed. In 2020, when it first launched, of course, COVID lockdowns were in effect, and everybody was just kind of, they're stuck at home. I'm literally in my closet office, which is where I attended the first Safety Connect. And but I've also been going into my like regular office uh every day. And as we saw in the years past, more people were doing the same thing. So the way that we're attending is now changing, but that doesn't mean that there are any less or any fewer benefits to attending Safety Connect. And I think that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're again appreciate uh, Jonathan and Randy and Abiki and Bill's trying to get in, I know, and there's probably a few others. Appreciate you joining today. And it's gonna record, so we'll use a multi-purpose.
Awesome.
We'll share this out after the fact as well for folks who weren't able to jump on today or didn't know that we were doing our get together. Um, and yeah, so maybe I'll share my screen and just do a quick overview of the Safety Connect platform and what people can expect this year. How does that
That's
sound?
be cool. I haven't seen this yet, so this is kind of new for me too.
Yeah, and if you're familiar with it, you'll know that it's pretty straightforward. You just log in with the email that you registered with. Um, you hit enter and it will text and email you your notifications. So or your notification, your access code.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I,
So
I've forgotten my password multiple times, and so I really appreciate
yeah,
that just gets sent to my email and my phone.
it's brilliant login. So you could register 6 months ago and you don't have to remember your password. So
Exactly. Oh, thank God.
yeah, so the login simple. The details are still coming. We're still working on the back end, so we'll just see some very sparse data at this point. But we've got our founding members, so we do have a community platform that we'll be talking about at the conference. Maybe we can chat about it a little bit later as well, Gabe. But we have 35 safety professionals who've been guiding us on how to set up and make the most out of a community platform geared towards safety professionals. So these are the founding members. You can check them out. And then once you get in the platform, we've got the schedule and the speakers, attendees, so you can connect with other attendees, and we'll go into each section in a little detail. And then we have our exhibitors and sponsors. And then a little bit more, there's a link to the community and some help help videos. So again, Jamie's still working on a few of those as well. So did I?
Yeah, navigation is pretty straightforward. It's not anything super complicated. And gosh, if I could navigate through it, it's got to be pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Um, so if we go to schedule and it has, you'll see all schedules and my schedule. And the reality is that because of this platform is designed for in-person and virtual events. So a lot of times for in-person, you're expressing interest in a particular session in order for them to ensure they've got those presentations in large enough rooms to fit all of the attendees. This is virtual. Obviously, we don't have that same issue. So when you register for the conference, you have access to all the sessions. We're not going to make you pick which breakout session you go to and not let you go to a different one if you change your mind for whatever reason. So just by default, you'll see this included in included sessions. So all the sessions are included. Then if you're trying to filter to find a particular session, you can filter by day. And obviously we just have kind of the first one. Oh, I searched Malcolm, that's why. Here we go. So yeah, you can search by day, you can search by morning or afternoon, and then even a custom time frame. And then we do have tags as well. So you could search for breakout sessions or networking sessions, those sorts of things to make sure that you're aware of or that you know of the particular ones you want to attend throughout the conference. So you can always just pick all and scroll all the way down. But like I said, if you pick Ergo Moments as an example, it'll show up as to where the Ergo Moments are for the conference.
Yeah, a couple of things I liked about this that was present in years past was that, first of all, you'll see it in your local time. So that was
Okay.
super helpful because it's on Central Time. It starts, what time is it? 8 o'clock a.m. Central Time? Or is it? Yeah. Well, I see 8
Yes,
a.m. Mountain Time.
Central Time. Yeah.
Yeah. And then but I'm on Pacific Time. And then if you're like our buddy Pete Evans in Hawaii, you have to do a little bit more math to figure out
Yeah.
what time you're going to attend. So there's that where it shows it in local time. So I know to have my extra strong espresso in the morning so I can be ready to rock at my local time, which is going to be pretty early. The other part that I like too, which was going to be a tip that I have for first time attendees or even repeat attendees, is that you're going to be looking at how you put these sessions into your daily work schedule. So I live and die by my calendar. And what I've done is that I've taken a look at some of these events and I know the ones that I want to attend in person and in real time because I like interacting with the attendees and with the speakers in real time. Others, I can't fit all of them into my schedule. But I know which ones I want to spend time with in real time, and then the others that I will go back to after the fact, because that's, spoiler alert, the content is going to be available even after the event. So if you didn't have a chance to attend all the events, don't worry, you can always go back and look at the recording after the fact.
Yeah, absolutely. Great point. So if you saw, I just clicked on the title of the welcome and opening keynote. It brings me in, shows me the details, who's presenting, description of their presentation. I'm super excited for this one. I mean, they're all going to be great presentations as always, but Malcolm's kicking things off this year, and he's
Malcolm's
just
such a good dude.
yeah, he's
He's
just done
awesome.
so many amazing things at L'Oreal, and I can't wait for him to share some of that with us. And like Gabe said, there's a Q&A, or sorry, a chat feature in the platform and a Q&A. So you can definitely connect, with other attendees. You can definitely put comments in the chat. For the speaker, we'll be helping to moderate, so we'll try to make sure that we get any questions or comments that are relevant over to the speakers. And there is a Q&A as well. So if you have a specific question, this definitely helps us track which questions have been answered and which haven't. And you actually get to rate them. So when you go in afterwards and you see the answered questions, you'll see the ones that most people vote for. Similarly, if you have the same question as somebody else, you can just upvote their question, and then it'll go up to the top to make sure that it gets answered. So it's really quite interesting last year to see, when people posted the questions, which one got like 17 or 18 likes and up to the top. And then some of the presenters definitely want to run some polls as well. So we'll have some engaging polls going on throughout the conference.
So I had a question on that one, Scott, which I think you did this last time where with the recorded sessions, are the speakers going to be able to go, well, first of all, are the attendees going to be able to send in questions to the session even after the fact? And then will the speakers be able to go back and look at some of the questions and comments that were done after the presentation?
Yeah, great question. So it will be the platform records the session, like you said, 20 minutes or so after it's over, it'll be available on demand for anybody to go back and watch. All of the chat and all the Q&A will still be there. And yes, you can absolutely post additional questions after the fact. And then, we'll go through and make sure we get the speakers back to answer any of those questions. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's one of the things that as an attendee, I kind of stumbled on in the first year. And then I just ended up loving it every year after, where, jumping into the chat was great because even as the presenter is going, to be able to ask them questions in real time or to interact with other attendees, it was like kind of similar to passing notes in class.
yeah,
But it was neat to even hear other people's takes on what was being presented in real time.
right.
And a lot of the presenters that were doing it, they welcomed that kind of real time feedback and interaction, which I thought was really fun. And then Safepedia really took it up a couple notches when they started the speaker's corner, where you could
Right.
actually meet the speakers afterwards and then have follow-up discussions with them. I thought that was great.
Yeah. And I think in the YouTube chat right now, people are, well, I think you started it or Jonathan started it, just talking about all the great people that we've all met, through the past 4 years of Safety Connect. And
Yep.
when we always try to circle back with as many attendees as possible and ask, hey, what worked, what didn't work, what can we do, how can we make it better? The founding members that I showed you at the beginning are definitely instrumental in providing feedback. But one of the things was networking. Like
Oh yeah.
people love to connect, people love to network. So we have changed things around a little bit this year. Um, Definitely opened ourselves up maybe to a little bit of scrutiny or criticism, because I know how much some people love hanging out in the lounge the whole entire time. But we're going to try to shake it up and have really focused, dedicated lounge time so that the speakers get their due. They're all volunteering their time to be here. And then when we are in the networking lounge, we want to be making sure that it's, we're making use of the time and intentionally or purposefully connecting people and engaging with people. So if you go through the agenda, you'll see we've got the welcome and opening keynote. Then we've got some breakout sessions, Bry and Pat and uh, who do we have on this one? I can't recall.
Whoever hazmat is, they're presenting.
Oh yeah, that's Eric.
Okay.
He moved
Sorry, Eric.
he moved around on us. Sorry, Eric. But then we have a networking session during the day. So usually we would do those
Mm,
after hours. But a lot of times people can't stick around. We've got, like you mentioned at the beginning of the call, kind of East Coast to West Coast time zones. So we thought, well, let's do some networking in the middle of the day. Let's get everybody's energy up. Let's get people connecting. I know
Awesome.
Jamie's been working on some trivia, as well, and we'll be spinning the wheel. So we'll again do some intentional networking in the middle of the day, and then you'll notice again we've got some product showcase spots throughout the conference. So it isn't
Those are
just
fun.
it isn't just day three product showcase. We experimented a little bit with the mini connects back in March and June, and it seemed to work well. So we're going to do just have a few product showcase spots throughout the day just to break things up and make day three a little bit shorter, and again work some professional development sessions in on day three.
The product showcase ones, that was kind of interesting. You started that, when was that? Was it just last year that began?
I think it
Or was
might
it
have
two
been the
years
year
ago?
before. Yeah, I think
Okay.
this will
And I
be.
remember when that came up, and Scott, you and I talked about this, and Jamie too, about the challenges of having a product showcase. And I thought, well, the problem is that it's a product. You can't actually have your hands on it. You can't
Right.
touch it. How are you going to do this sort of thing? And as a PPE distributor, I mean, that's kind of what I do. But to that point, the presenters that are doing the product showcase understand the limitations of the platform and are able to demonstrate and basically like tell a very interesting and entertaining story in a lot of situations
Yeah.
about what the products do. Uh, I will never forget Mark Hirsch from Honeywell
Yeah.
and how he presented about PPE, which I was kind of like, honestly, I was a bit skeptical at the start, and by the end, he just won me over.
Yeah.
And I remember the products that he showed. I was interested in them. It was engaging, and I feel like people saw that as a test case, and the ones who have really latched on and understood how to do it, they're coming back, and they're going to see the benefits of presenting it this way. So I think it's one of those things where I was initially a little skeptical, but it totally worked.
Yeah, I think that and Honeywell's first up this year.
Oh,
They
awesome.
they they always do a fantastic job. I'm not sure Mark is going to be back. I think we've got Mustafa, who's fantastic as well.
Yeah, they got
And
a
then
solid team.
yeah, Warson Brands, like you
Hmm.
touched on it. They've got they do an amazing job. They've got so many different shoe brands, boot brands that they represent, footwear brands. And so it's great to see the showroom, in their presentation, and then have them walk you through all the different options. So we've got the product showcase, and then ergo moments, and we made sure to we I can't remember if it was year two where we experimented a little bit with ergo moments, and we might have had one or two, and and again they're one of the more popular sessions. Everybody gets to get up and stretch and move around and have some
I
fun.
love the ergo moments. They're
Yeah,
so cool.
they are. And
It
and
doesn't
so
help that the ceiling of my home office is like right here. So I have to be very careful or else I'm going to have an incident.
yeah, no injuries. This
No injuries.
the
No
ergo
injuries at a digital conference.
Yeah, the ergo moments are there to help us prevent injuries, not to incur injuries. But
Exactly. No, they're all kidding aside, they are very good. It's a great way to kind of break up you're sitting in front of a screen, you don't want to have that Zoom fatigue. And I mean, I still take a lot of those breaks. Like after we did those ergo moments actually in the last year, I've made it a point to get up and move around. And I do some of the stretches that I learned in those moments.
yeah,
It's something you can use all the time.
absolutely. And Bardavon's sponsoring those again this year. They've been a great sponsor of ours
Hmm.
for the last few years, 2 or 3 years, I think, and happy to have them back. And Jody and David are mixing it up this year. So I think David did Safety Connect last year. Jody did the Mini Connects, and so they're going to they're going to switch on and off for Safety Connect and bring us some different approaches to stretching and ergo moments. I shouldn't say stretching. It's much more than that. They're both PhDs in you know whatever. It's the not physiotherapy, but it's
The kinesiology, isn't it?
yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like kinesiology and sports medicine, which I think brings up another point that I've really enjoyed about Safepedia. And I know I'm coming across as a fanboy, which totally is true. But the one of the things that I've really appreciated is that the quality of the speakers that are coming to this event is very good. I mean, you're not talking about just random people that are new to this industry. These are industry experts that are coming in and offering their expertise, their time, their interaction. It's really hard to get the level of connection with this caliber of a speaker or speakers in a real-time event or a real in-person event when they're just getting, mobbed and stuff, or maybe they're just tired from travel. But when you get to interact with them in a platform like this, it's a totally different game. And fantastic people that you get to connect with here too.
Yeah, absolutely. And we won't go through every session and every speaker at the moment because it would
That would burn up our call.
take up the whole hour. But after the ergo moment, we're back into some professional development sessions. What you'll see is if you go through the agenda, what we did this year, I think to your point, Gabe, is we're trying to be different in that it's a virtual platform, easy for people to attend, easy to access get your CEUs. We definitely have the powerhouse keynote speakers that you're going to see at ASSP or NSC or other in-person events like that. But we also wanted to start working in the community members. And again, we'll talk about the Safepedia community a little bit more later on. But I tapped people on the shoulder and I said, hey, you've got some great experience and expertise. You provide some great advice, when we're polling the community. How about you present this year at Safety Connect? And a lot of them haven't presented before, so this will be their first time presenting at a conference. And I think it's really important to have people who are boots on the ground, in the trenches, on the front lines, walking the shop floors, participating as presenters in the conference, because it isn't just about the professional speakers, right, who do the tour and provide their expertise. It's about your colleagues and your coworkers and your peers that are in the same spot, or maybe a year or two ahead of where you're at, and getting them to share as well. So Keone, I think he's been a member since 2020 and has a ton of great experience and a really interesting story to tell. And so there's I think 4 or 5 community members that are going to be presenting this year. So excited to see them get up on the stage, for the first time in their careers and present.
Yeah, I think that's one of the really fun things that has come out of Safety Connect over the years is that you get to see the same people in different capacities. So there are folks that I've gotten to see that we've the first time we met was online through Safety Connect, and then we'd meet in person a year or two later, and then you start collaborating with them in certain things, and then you start seeing them speaking in conferences. It's been really fun to have the opportunity to participate in Safety Connect in so many different capacities, not just as an attendee, but then as a speaker, as hosting the product showcase day, and then just being there to watch the whole thing grow.
Right.
I don't think my experience is unique in that. I think that door is open for so many people that can join the community and participate in this. So if you're a first time attendee and you're looking around and just being like, wow, it's so cool to see how these people are presenting what they know and things like that. Guess what? That could be you. I mean, I think a lot of people in the safety profession have things that they know and things that they can share that we can all learn from. And I feel like Safety Connect and the community as a whole is so welcoming to those folks that can share their knowledge with people that are in the community.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Great point. On day, I skipped ahead a little bit on day three, the product showcase. The three product showcases are our association partners, so AIHA, NASP, and NFPA. And so excited to see them back to back. I know they've been working on a lot of great things throughout the years.
Nice.
Super good partners, great people to work with. And Holly is going to be doing the NFPA one, and
Ollie, yes.
I know everybody loves Holly. Um, she, they have just so many resources at NFPA for safety professionals, and so we got to help them figure out how to crack that nut, so to speak, and create some awareness that they have so many amazing resources available for free for safety professionals if they get over there and participate. So looking forward to that ergo moment. And then a couple other sessions. April Milby, another community member, working with Toyota, and asked her, to speak. So she hasn't presented before. So really looking forward to April's presentation. And then the career panel is always extremely
Mm,
popular. And what does this say? Open spot hidden from agenda? How come there's a
not doing a great job of hiding that from the agenda.
yeah,
It's a
and
teaser. It's a
then
teaser.
yeah, and then we have the tech panel, and a few other breakout sessions before we have Megan Tranter, Dr. Megan Tranter wrap
Mm,
things on day two.
she's
So
fantastic.
yeah, really looking forward to that. I think she's got a couple special announcements for everybody
Ooh,
as well.
nice.
Yeah, and so we're kind of in the depths. I said I wasn't going to go through every session, and I
Here we are.
practically did. So let's pop over to speakers. So if you wanted to search by speaker, you can go right to the speaker tab. You can focus in on Chip Duffy because I know everybody loves Chip, and you can see which sessions Chip is participating in. You can also click on his logo there, and it'll take you over to his booth. And when you're in a booth, you can see who the booth reps are. You can send a message if you didn't want to necessarily, if you're in a hurry going booth to booth and you just want to leave a comment or ask a question, you can do that, or you can ask for a meeting and just jump online, just a text chat. I think there's like a video option, but I think most of the chats last year were text chats, and you can talk with the booth exhibitors. So yeah,
I did
super.
a couple of the video chats last year. That was actually really helpful. And for anyone that's participated in a live conference before, and you know what that's like going through the expo hall, and after a certain point, it's like, I mean, if you're like me, you're probably feeling like everyone's trying to pounce on you and things like that in the expo hall. This forum is great because you get to just talk to the people that you want to talk to, and they're more than happy to have a discussion with you. So it's kind of on for the attendee, it's in your hands who you want to interact with, and whether that's through chat or through video, or send them an email afterwards. All these exhibitors would be happy to talk with you and meet with you.
Yeah, absolutely. And the exhibitors are really the ones who enable us to charge $17 for attendees, and really are the ones who make this possible. So we definitely encourage everybody to, at the very least, pop by and visit every booth, say thank you, um, and just let people know, let the exhibitors know you appreciate them. They'll have PDFs and videos and links to contests and to downloads and things on their website. So definitely check out the booths while you're at the conference. And then for attendees, you are able to go and search the attendees. There's a, first name, last name, job title, company filter if you're looking for things anybody in particular. You can see I was searching Gabe there, and we're already connected, so I don't have to send him a connection request, but I can hit the chat, and then you can you go ahead and uh, send a message, and then you'll have this message board of all the messages that are going on. I believe you can do like you can start a
Like a group chat kind of thing.
yeah. Did I get
Nice. Yeah, kind of a fun uh side note that I learned after attending for a couple of years. I actually have if you're a PC user, get the notepad out, the sticky notes, and I just put links to, let's say, my LinkedIn page on there, because it's kind of like having your business card ready to go. So usually in a chat, someone's going to say, "Hey, uh, who's attending?" or things like that. It's really easy to just go ahead and drop your LinkedIn page into the chat, have that available. Highly recommend it. I've gotten connected to a bunch of people that way, and it's a great way to just have it, at the ready if anybody ever asks.
Yeah, and you can do group chats as well. Um, so just type in as you go and
Nice.
send the message. So that's attendees. Um, Again, if you want to connect with somebody, you can just send a connection request, and they'll get that, and they can accept it. But you're able to send everybody a message regardless of whether you're connected or not. And then the expo hall, like I said, we kind of showed how you can click over by through the speaker, but we've got the menu option for the expo hall where you can go in and look at the PPE manufacturers, technology companies, associations, and service providers. So if we go into well, let me go back one level here. Oh, gonna go
Yeah,
into
there's a ton of places to kind of play with, even let's say between sessions, or let's say you're not able to attend a session, but you want to jump on after the fact, on your lunch break, something like that. Great way to still see who's at the conference and to interact with them.
yeah. Yeah, I wanted to jump into the technology side. Certainty Software, they've been a long time
Hmm.
and maybe even founding sponsor. So really appreciate their support year over year. Contractor management is a new offering this year, more training really than technology. And again, we talked about Chip at EHS Momentum, Field Logic's new this year. Um, really, and Idea Gen. So really looking forward to seeing them at the sessions and the product showcase. And then, of course, we've got Origami Risk, who's been a big supporter, and they've got professional development session and the product showcase. And then Corey Pitzer from SafeMap International doing the keynote day 2.
Awesome.
So yeah, you can click in. I'm clicking in uh, to these booths, not knowing if they're done. It looks like Certainty's got a nice one ready to go with Jordan and Jessica as the booth reps. Descriptions, the links to their website, to their social channels, and we've got some uh, presentations, overviews that you can download and peruse at your own at your own schedule, own convenience. So that's great to see. We've got this year, the sponsors and the the exhibitors overlap quite a bit. Last year we had some a little bit more media partners with VPPA being one of those examples. And then Tillman's actually joining this year
Yeah.
as a kind of a quasi media sponsor, sharing out our event and donating some prizes. So hopefully we'll get them up to exhibiting next year. But yeah, and then I'm gonna click the community without knowing where this is gonna take me. I haven't tested.
This is the fun, dangerous part where you start clicking on links, not knowing where they're supposed to go
Yeah.
or where they're going to take you.
Yeah, so this is our new, oh, it looks like it froze me there for a sec, but this is our new oh, it's it's frozen on my side here.
Give it a second. It's going to space and back, so we got to
Yeah.
give it a minute.
Okay, here we go. So this is our new community landing page, highlighting there we do have a lot of community members who will be participating in Safety Connect. So they're going to get migrated over to the new platform automagically. Um, Jamie's actually, he was going to join us today, but he's working on that right now. But if you're new and you haven't joined the community yet, this is where you want to go to sign up for the community. And then similar to last year, you might recall there is a fee to join the community that just includes the community platform, the forums, the networking events, and then there's a 197 annually for community access for the Safeopedia University and all of the Safety Connect events that we do throughout the year. So you can definitely click in there, learn a little bit more, sign up, and become a community member. I would highly, of course, I would highly recommend everybody do that. There's a cool community map, so you can, I know Gabe has used that in the past to connect with community members in your geography.
Yep.
And it's kind of a cool tool.
Yeah, and I feel like this is one of the I don't know if it's really a hidden secret about Safety Connect, but definitely want to emphasize the connect part of Safety Connect. I know that Scott and Jamie are probably tired of hearing me talking about this, but so much of my professional network in safety over the last almost 14 years, I can trace back to that first Safety Connect in 2020. And getting to know people through that, even my foray into podcasting started through that, getting to know some people in that arena. And yeah, these are people that have not only become colleagues but friends in a lot of cases. And I think that the safety professional is one that generally works on an island, and it doesn't have to be that way. And this is a fantastic way to get connected with some top-notch individuals throughout the country and in some cases throughout the world. I mean, I had a couple of people I was talking with that are in Australia, that are in the UK, that are fantastic, and my family gets a kick out of it when I tell them, "Oh yeah, I'm talking to this person." They said, "Oh well, it's kind of late. How are you talking with them?" I'm like, "Oh, because it's morning in Australia, and they're up." So all that to say that there are so many great ways to connect at Safety Connect, and then even after the fact. I think that the community is a great way to formalize what kind of started as a grassroots thing after each of these conferences, where people would come away from the conference feeling like, oh, this is so cool. I really want more of this. And they didn't know where to go unless they started building it themselves. So now Safeopedia has this built in the community to be able to say, hey, this is a great way to all get together. You have a shared experience with being at Safety Connect, and now you can help one another throughout the year, or just be excited and look forward to the next one.
Yeah. Um, I think it's blocked out on YouTube just with our pretty faces, but if you go to the top right, there's a little calendar icon. I think you can see the drop down, even though you might not be able to see the icon, but it'll show you what's up next, what's coming. And then you can hit view the entire schedule from there. There's also, of course, the little bell icon, which will notify you when there's alerts or notifications. So if somebody sends you a message or somebody replies to your message, we do in platform announcements. So, coming up next is Haley's session. Click here to join, and then there's the the little chat button or icon rather, that you can hover over, and then you can see all your active chats that are going on in the platform. And then on the very far right should be a picture of your beautiful face if you uploaded a picture, and that's where you can update and view your profile and your settings. So again, we would encourage everybody to put a headshot in there just so people can put a face to a name. The settings, like, do you want the notifications turned on or off, those sorts of things. And then it'll show you who you're connected with as well. And then any incidents, any improprieties that take place that you might have reported, you'll see that as well. But that never happens at Safety Connect. Like Gabe said, safety professionals are all amazing.
Professionals.
Supporting collaborative people, and we've never had any issues with that. So
Yeah, don't be the first. Don't
don't
be that guy.
Right. So
Yeah,
that's all.
something with the profile too. Don't let it intimidate you. That's just, gosh, if you have a LinkedIn page, just take your profile and just dump it in there. Copy paste.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all that I had to share about Safety Connect. Of course, we've kind of skipped over the wheel. We've got the wheel of prizes. So we'll be spinning that throughout the conference and giving away lots of great prizes. It's really a celebration of all the hard work that you do as safety professionals, and we just want to come together and celebrate that with some amazing speakers and networking, and like I say, give some cool prizes away in the process.
Yeah, solid event. I mean, so we talked about it a little bit, the history of Safety Connect and where it started and what how it's been developing and going. And there's quite a few people. I mean, everybody that's on the chat right now that's participating, they're repeat attendees.
Offenders.
So yeah, I chose my words very carefully. Uh, but for the people that are maybe watching this, that are curious about Safety Connect, they've never participated in it and aren't sure what to expect. Maybe in a short summary, how do you think someone should explore Safety Connect in a way to make it really beneficial for them as a first time attendee?
Yeah, I that's a excellent question. I was totally slipped my mind because I wanted to table it as well. And I think that if you approach it like it's a regular conference, right? Like I know that this will be year 5. Hopefully everybody's comfortable with Zoom and chat and those sorts of features. But if you're not, or if you've never attended a virtual conference before, take a look at the agenda ahead of time. Know what sessions you'd like to go to. Make sure you block out that time in your calendar. It's awesome, like you said, because if you do have to jump out to put out fires, you can do that quite easily. Those sessions will be recorded, so you can always go back and watch or catch up anything that you missed out on. But definitely, if you can, block off your calendar for those sessions that you want to see. Take part in the networking and be an active participant. I mean, it goes without saying. I think you get out what you put in. And I think you mentioned, and our friends on the YouTube chat here, they've all invested definitely in meeting people and networking and sharing and collaborating with others, and they all have great stories of friendships and professional relationships that were developed at Safety Connect. You mentioned Speaker Corner. Like, the speakers are volunteering their time as well, so they're
Yep.
also really helping to make this a super affordable and a super accessible event. But they're all amazing people in their own right, and I know that they're super open to connecting and discussing their presentations or any other questions that you might have. So definitely they're in the attendee list as well. And I would encourage you to connect with them, ask them questions, build a relationship, with some of those speakers as well. And I would say the same for the exhibitors. I know for us, our philosophy was always educational. It has to be educational, it has to be educational. And then when we
Right.
polled attendees, the safety professional said, "Hey, we like to see the product showcase. We like to learn about new products. It's okay to allow, exhibitors to to do some commercially type sessions because they are, researching and innovating and developing new and amazing products every year, and safety professionals need to know what those solutions are and which industries and scenarios they apply to. So it's a very long-winded way of saying that the exhibitors themselves have tons of experience. Like Honeywell's doing the future of fall safety, I think, and we've got two individuals that have, probably 50 years, 40 years of experience between the two of them in the fall safety sector, right?
Mm.
So they know everything inside and out and are more than happy to answer questions. So connecting with those exhibitors as well.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. I think it's really a great way to connect with people. If you are, let's say, if you're someone that's uncomfortable just going up and starting a conversation with somebody, if you were to do that in person, and I mean, I'm one of those people. I have a hard time doing that sort of thing. My friend Josh Russell is a natural at it, and he has no problem going out to people and just talking with them. But it takes me a little bit more effort. But when you're doing a digital conference and you are on a chat with someone, you could even just make a comment and just be, I mean, I think this is how Zach Granzo and I got connected. We were both eating lunch on camera and I was just like, "Hey man, what's for lunch?" And he responded back and we kind of hit it off from there. But it's a great way to connect with people at different levels, not just peers, but the speakers as well. I
Right.
think this is how I got connected with Corey Pitzer and Malcolm Staves and Dr. Megan Trenter and Scott. You and I have been, you know, we've gotten a chance to talk with all of them and have a great connection with each of these speakers. And it kind of blows me away that you get a chance to connect with people of that caliber and in this way.
Yeah.
It's very low barrier to entry, very comfortable, and it's a great way to get to know a lot of people in a very short amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's, we have had some feedback for people who've joined Safety Connect, maybe year 3 or year 4, that sometimes going into the networking lounge is like crashing a house party, and
Right.
everybody's all there having fun and joking around, and you're just wondering how to integrate,
What do
into
I
the
even
into
do
the
in this?
conversation. Yeah. So, but again, I would encourage you to jump in and ask questions, and everybody's very welcoming, and you'll be a regular, in no time. So
Yeah, I think that's one of the neat things that I saw coming into it. I mean, I'm kind of safety profession adjacent as a PPE distributor, and to be able to come in and talk with the people that are the safety managers that are out in the field and the safety professionals that are writing the standards and on the committees and doing this sort of work was kind of intimidating, honestly. And to just show up and ask questions, be curious, and connect with people through chat, through finding out, hey, we were in this session together. What did you think? How does this play out in real life? That kind of thing. It was a great way to really understand what people are doing in this profession. And so I highly encourage anyone that's coming in here, whether you are a PPE supplier, you're developing software, you are, new to the industry, any of those things, please reach out, connect with people, send them a message, just say, "Hi, I really like your content," or "Looks like your desk is really full. It looks a lot like my desk," that kind of thing. Just find ways to connect with them. And people on the chat and in the sessions are generally very, very welcoming. I can't say that there was anybody I ever ran into that was not not welcoming or friendly or willing to connect.
I agree. I think everybody is
They're pretty chill.
yeah, very friendly, very chill, very open. Um, I was going to mention too, and we should, we're kind of can't believe we've been going on for an hour here, but we're at the top of the hour, so we should.
This is kind of how our chats go, though.
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. Should talk about wrapping up here. Um, and I was just going to say that we will be talking a little bit about Malcolm and Corey both are partnering with our support, with NASP support to launch Safety on the Edge, an
Mm.
in-person conference. I believe that they're going to go North America, Europe, and next year, March 25th, if I'm not mistaken, they'll be in your neck of the woods in Berkeley doing the first
Woohoo!
ever Safety on the Edge
My coast.
conference. And so, we've talked about, I mean, actively working with them right now on the conference, and we'll be talking about how to integrate Safety Connect and Safety on the Edge. And so they will be, encouraging all their speakers and attendees to join the community as well and share their research and knowledge. And so we're definitely, the Safeopedia community is going to be a vibrant, active place to continue the conversations, as Samantha always says, continue those connections, build those connections, and get the support that you need when you need it. And that's really what we're going to be all about going forward. So
Yeah, I to chime in with that too. I mean, the level of collaboration that comes out of conferences, well, specifically Safety Connect, is pretty mind blowing. I mean, gosh, in what is it, Jonathan? We're gonna meet tomorrow, hang out and chat and have a few beers and talk about the safety profession, and we've got a list of topics we're gonna hit up and cover. Of course, I'm co-hosting Safeonomics with Scott, and that came out of a lot of discussions in Safety Connect. Co-hosting another podcast with Allison Short and Josh Russell, Illusion of Safety, and that came out of a lot of the connections that first started at Safety Connect, honestly. And so you never know where those connections are going to lead you. And I think you're right, Scott. You get out what you put in, and having that level of support and camaraderie and connection with other people comes out of that community. And I think that's one of the things that is so amazing about this profession is that even though individually we're trying to do our own thing and do our best, collectively we can, as you said, harness that genius of one another and make the whole profession better.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and thanks for helping me through this one, Gabe. And
Totally.
we'll we'll share it out for anybody who's interested in taking a peek behind the scenes, a pre peek of at Safety
Yes.
Connect. Yeah,
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be more fun surprises during the actual event.
yeah,
I'm always surprised with what comes up, which is awesome. Like I love it. It's
yeah.
the best.
Cool.
Awesome. Always a good time.
Yeah, thanks.